Get in, Villa fans. Get in. What a performance that was. An absolute Unai Emery masterclass to the highest order. It had tenacity, it had aggression, it had hunger, it had pace in abundance, it had power, it had guile, it had finishing of the highest order. That was absolutely out of this world. It was phenomenal. It was scintillating at times. It was mesmeric. It was so good. And that was on the highest level today. It was another level from Emery. It was another level from the players. It was absolutely bloody brilliant. Absolutely first class. And I'm absolutely buzzing about it, Villa fans. I am. I'm over the moon with that performance. I know there's going to be a lot of you watching. So if you can, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I made my TNT Sports debut today on the old BT Sport. I was inside Villa Park doing my piece with Peter Crouch, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing to be on TNT Sport talking about the club that I love. And it was just absolutely surreal that I started this podcast and I was doing it in front of a brick wall. To now be on TNT Sport is absolutely amazing. So if you can show your support to me by subscribing to this channel, it would mean the world to me. So if you can go ahead and do it, drop a like on this episode. Let's go big. Let's go 1,000 likes on this episode and comment your thoughts like you always do. Right, so Crouchy on TNT Sports asked me what my priority was this season. He asked me if I was annoyed about going out of the League Cup, and my response was the same response that I said after the game. No, I'm not. My priority this season for Aston Villa is to finish in European places, is to finish as high as possible in the Premier League. That is the priority, to be in the question, to progress, to challenge ourselves further. That is the aim. And yes, we want to go far in Europe, fair enough. We've got the FA Cup to come. But this is the real deal, the Premier League. We know how intense the Premier League is. You win a game, you move straight on to your next one, to your next challenge. And as I've said previously this season, every single team in the Premier League poses their own problems, their own difficulties. Let's just look at Everton, for example. Beat Brentford. They beat Villa in the Cup. Then they're 2-0 down against Luton. I think it's 2-1 now. And that in itself poses its own challenge in itself. Nothing is easy in the Premier League. And I have stuck by what I've been saying all season, that we are doing very, very well in the Premier League. Remarkably well. And that has to remain the priority. Whatever happens outside of the Premier League, we may have blips, we may have this, but just stay calm and relaxed and trust the process with Unai Emery. Realise that we've got massive injuries, that some of them are now coming back, and we are, as we speak, 4th in the Premier League, missing key players who are about to come back on this team. So the result today is absolutely phenomenal. And yes, it might not be against a Man City, or it might not be against Liverpool, but we have to have perspective in football, and we have to look at things from a balanced viewpoint. This Brighton side, in my opinion, are one of the best teams in the Premier League. And that is how I feel about this Brighton side. How Brighton are tactically on the ball, how astute they are, how they can demolish teams, how they keep majority of the ball, how teams don't even have a sniff against them. They are a very, very, very good footballing side, one of the best in this league. And Aston Villa today have absolutely demolished them. We absolutely tore through them at will. It was like a knife through butter. We were just carving through them. We were finding space. We were powerful. We were strong. We were clinical. It was class. Absolutely class. That team, Brighton, will not lose anywhere near that scoreline this season. And it was all down to how well we played against them. Now, I was nervy. I spoke to Luke before the game, the Brighton fan, and he was like, I feel nervy, I do. And I was like, I think you'll be all right. You're a great side. You're a good team. You're high flying. But I did not expect that today from Aston Villa. I thought we'd do well. I predicted a 3-2 win. But to come away with that performance, and I knew from the minute I saw Dougie Luiz in that advanced position next to, in a little triangle, Watkins, Diaby, Luiz, in that little triangle on the edge of their box when they were taking a goal kick, I thought, Unai's cooking here. Unai is cooking a plan here. And I just thought, he's got a plan. And wasn't the plan just absolutely brilliant? Win the ball, high up the pitch, aggressive. Kamara first half, he was like, boom, straight into him, won the ball. McGinn, boom, won the ball, high up the pitch. Then Diaby, Watkins, go. And it was just absolutely fantastic. The defense was solid. Absolutely solid. Everybody was pushing up that pitch, winning the ball aggressively. Brighton absolutely couldn't live with us. Couldn't live with that press. Absolutely couldn't live with it. And this is a Brighton team that are schooled on how to play out from the back. Every single scenario, the words from Dunk, they know what's going to happen. Not today. Not today. Unai Emery has got De Zerbi's number. He's got his number. And it was just absolutely amazing. First goal goes in, fizzed in, Watkins 1-0. Great finish. We're up and running. And I've got to try and remember these in order because I am straight back from the game. So the debrief will be out on Monday. More in-depth, more analysis, more stats, more images. Second one, I think, was that very good finish from Watkins to put it in the near post. And I remember watching it thinking, what a strike that is. You know, didn't hit it heavy, but it went in. Great accuracy. And it was a great finish. And every time that ref waited, I was just thinking, what are we doing here? Is VAR going to rule this one out, that one out? But they didn't. Diaby shot, again, was from some great work. And then it went off a deflection. So I think that might have gone down as an own goal. And 3-0 up at half-time. Absolutely dominant in that game. Absolutely dominant. They had that, was it the Marsh header that went over? That's the only bit of trouble they had. They couldn't live with us. McGinn was absolutely terrific. Terrific. Diaby, explosive. Luca Dean, brilliant. Cash, tenacious, aggressive, winning the ball. Pau, silky vibes, reading the game really well, stepping out. Kamara, great. Konsa, brilliant. Martinez, fantastic. And also the eye test. Use the eye test on Zaniolo. Sometimes it's not all about stats. It's not all about what he does, but it's what he does for the team. And he was fantastic in that first half as well for Villa. His stats, I don't know what his stats are. They might not be great, but the role he had in that team was crucial to getting us in that heavy lead position. You notice that when we went long, it was Zaniolo and Watkins drifting out wide. So basically, we had a 2v2, and it was down to Watkins and Zaniolo to win the high balls, and both of them were doing so. territorially, pushes us up further up the pitch. So Zaniolo had a really good half for me. Bit loose with the ball, but his role in the team was to do exactly what he was doing. Be aggressive, be physical, and sometimes some players might not get the glitz and the glamour of the assists, of the passing. It's off the ball what they're doing as well, and that's what we have to be watching out for as well when we're watching some of these players. So Zaniolo did his role very, very well. We went in at half-time 3-0 up. My thoughts at half-time were, these are going to change something. They are going to change something. De Zerbi would not be happy with that first half performance. He then made 3 changes. I think it was Fati, we had João Pedro, and we had Lamptey come on. I said to the lads in front, 10 minutes, don't concede, and we'll be fine. 10 minutes we conceded. And I'm thinking, oh, God, no. Momentum shifts games, doesn't it? It's momentum. And I just thought in my head, we've got to get up the pitch one more time here, and we've got to do what we were doing in the first half. And then what do we do? Explosive counter, Ollie Watkins, hat-trick. There we go. Absolutely loved it. Another great finish from Watkins. Everything stuck to him. He was like aggressive in his running today. His shooting was everything he went in. Absolutely fantastic. So Watkins was great in this game for me. That was 3. That was 4. 5, we had Ramsey came on. Fantastic for him to come on and grab a goal. I thought, again, what did I say in the match preview? We need somebody that is going to be running with the ball against Brighton. Watkins did it, Diaby did it, and Ramsey did it. And it was a tactic that worked and played its fruition because it was something that was needed in this game. Then Watkins clean through to get 4. His shot was saved. Dougie Luiz puts it in for 6. So catch your breath, because it was an absolute mad one. And it was just one of those performances that we needed. We spoke about needing to bring levels just like we did against Newcastle, and I felt like we did that. And this side is what we've got as Villa fans is a really good team. We are a fantastic team with a lot of injuries, and we're going to grow into the season, and that's just the way it is. We might lose the odd cup game, but as long as that Premier League form stays exactly where it is, we are now, you know, that little graphic that I showed last week when I showed you that we were 4th in 2023, straight after the game, we're now 2nd. So teams might win and we might dip down a little bit, but straight after the game, the form of 2023 for Aston Villa, we are 2nd. So absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So let's just have a quick little look. I'll try and show you some stats from the game. You can see the momentum bar, Aston Villa in that first half. Absolutely explosive there, wasn't it? Ollie Watkins got a 10. He got a 10 rating on SofaScore. So that was fantastic. Aston Villa's XG was 1.49 from a game where he scored 6 goals. 39% possession, 19 shots, 9 on target. Let's have a look at some of the other stats. Big chances, 2. Big chances missed, 1. We also had shots inside the box, 14. Passes, 320. So not as many in this game. 79% passing accuracy. Dribble success, 53%. So you can see that the dribbles were in there quite a lot as well. Tackles, 22. Feast your eyes on this. Feast your eyes on this. There we go. Look at that. 4 in the Premier League. That's incredible. That is absolutely mental. 15 points from 7 games. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. So proud of the team. So proud of Emery. So proud of what he's done today tactically. I think it's been first class. Absolutely first class. Villa fans, get involved in this channel, subscribe, drop your thoughts down below. We'll be back tomorrow for a player ratings, and then we will have a deep dive in Aston Villa 6, Brighton 1. Subscribe to the channel, up the Villa, come on!